Good morning, Michael and Jennifer. I'm sorry we're having all this difficulty with the Cloud CMA application. They are having server-related issues on their side. That's the reason why you can't open up the report. In the meanwhile, let's review the information for the Mount Prospect market specifically first, then we'll go to the Arlington Heights market. What we're going to consider here is properties that are closed, contingent, or pending, meaning that they are under contract. Never once did I suggest that you're on your own to review the information. That's why I've kept you up to date with regard to everything that's on the market, under contract, and the trajectory of the market, and I've been doing that on a weekly basis. So hopefully this will shed some additional light. For this search criteria, we're looking at 450 to 550. We're looking at houses that have at least 4 bedrooms, at least 2 bathrooms, at least two-car garage, and we're going back 6 months. And the reason we're going back 6 months on sold property and not 12 is because a lender will only consider for appraisal guidelines properties that have sold and closed within the last 6 months. They will not go any further back than that. So for this particular report, we're going to use what standard appraisal guidelines are. So let's take a look at how many have gone under contract in Mount Prospect between 450 and 550. If you follow the mouse pointer, we're looking at a total of 24 properties that have gone under contract in Mount Prospect within the last 6 months, or have sold and closed in the last 6 months. So let's look at a summary of what we're actually dealing with here. Properties that are contingent, these are properties that are still technically on the market, but they're marked as contingent in the MLS, ranging in price from $455 to $549, and we're looking at an average market time of approximately 20 days, on the high end 80 days, and we're looking at an average price of $491,000 with regard to what the listing price is. My apologies with regard to the Facebook interruption there. I don't know how to turn that off, and we probably are going to get interrupted a couple of times with people giving me birthday greetings because today is my birthday. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. Sold properties. We're looking at a total of 18 sold, and we're looking at here, rather than click, let me get that up here. Okay, we're looking at listing price, and this is selling price, and we're looking at anywhere between $452,000 and $541,000. So on average, the average selling price, the average listing price has been $509,000, the average selling price is $495,000, and we're looking at a market time of approximately 90 days. So if we were to take a look at all 24, we're still looking at a selling price of $495,000, $744,000 is what's average. On the low end, it's been as low as $452,000. So what I want to do here is I want to go back to the list, and I want to look at some photos here so we can get an idea as to what we've been competing with. Here we had a property that was on the market 111 days. It originally started out at $499,000 as its list price, and it ended up selling for $452,000 in 111 days. Now, don't lose your lunch by looking at a $452,000 selling price. What I want us to do is I want us to be accurate with what other people have been offering and what our competition has been. I'm working from home, so excuse the dog in the background. You've got an updated kitchen. And you've got a private master bath off the master bedroom, not a shared hall bath, which is something that, from a realistic standpoint, the expectation in a $500,000 property would have its own separate master bath and an additional bath for the other bedrooms on the second floor. Something else that I want to point out too is that all the bedrooms in this particular home were all on the second floor, which most people consider to be the standard. Here we've got another property that was on the market for a whopping 4 days, listed at $453,500, sold for $452,000, and it had $3,000 worth of closing cost credits, which really means that this particular property closed and sold for $499,000. And I'm going to show these particular photos to you as well, and then I'm going to email you the report so you can see the report and look at the photos at your leisure rather than listening to me narrate. And as you can see, you've got the master bath off the master bedroom. Okay, so to go back again, let's look at the list view and let's look at the summary again. I'm going to email you this report, and you're going to be able to see the photos, the interior photos of all of these particular properties. But that is the statistics. If we go back and we look at what is the average selling price, is $495, between $450 and $550. So let's refine the criteria very quickly and see what happens if we go back 12 months. Keep in mind we had a $495 selling price. Let's see how that changes if we go back 12 months. And we only go to 29, so we go from 24 to 29, so we only added 5 additional properties. And let's see how that impacts our selling price. So the selling price, if we go back 12 months, actually drops by $2,000. So that is it in a nutshell. Contact me with any other questions.